Yeah, hi, good morning everyone. Good morning. So, shall we begin the session? Yeah, today's topic is the chapter number 8, that is the same chapter, business process reengineering. In the last class, we have discussed some topic about chapter number 8. Now, the next topic is business process reengineering, that is how the business processes will be used, for the various criteria in which the business processes will be used. So, as the organization look to manage their process to gain a competitive advantage, they also need to understand what their existing ways of doing things that may be the most effective way or the efficient way, and the process developed in the 1950s is not going to the better because it is not supporting the technology. Everything is perfect in the technology, and the publish in the article, that is a Harvard Business Review, that is entitled Reengineering the Work. That means don't automate, only the obliterate. That means only the reengineering the concept, whatever the concept that we are using. So that concept will be re-upgraded with this one. And the article put forward this matter that also automatic a bad process that does not make it better. Instead, companies also blow up their existing processes and develop new processes that will taken out, that will use in the new technology and the remedies. He states in the introduction of this article, that is what is the article of this one, many of our job designs, workflows, control mechanisms, and the organization structures came out of the age in different competitive advantage, whatever the competitive environment before the advent of the computer. They are geared towards greater efficiency and the control, and yet the virtues of the now decade are innovation and the speed, service, quality, whatever the speed, whatever the service, whatever the quality term that is enabled over there. And it's a time to stop paving the cow paths. Instead of embedding the outdated process in silicon and software, we should liberate them and start over. And we should re-engineering the concept or business, that is the use of power of the modern information technology to radically design whatever the design that is available for the business processes, for the data that is available in this, to achieve the dynamic improvements. And business process reengineering is not just taking an existing process and automating it, and it is fully understandable the goals of a process and dynamically design it from the ground up to achieve the dramatic movements in productivity and the quality. Now, how to do the re-engineering? What are the various steps how to do the re-engineering? That is a complete design that is used with the process. So first one is complete redesign requires thinking of a larger scale. So that means that requires a larger scale criteria. How the larger scale criteria will be fulfilled with the data, with the concept that is used with the re-engineering, and how to redesign, that is provided by the hammer, that is provided by the process re-engineering. And Hammer also provides some guidelines, that is how far the doing business is available with this one, or how far it is doing the content. So there are multiple steps, so that provides the guidelines for how to use and multiple steps that is used with the re-engineering. Now let's see what are the various steps. First is organize around outcomes, not the task. So this simply means to design the process so that if possible, one person perform all the steps. So if there is one person that performs all the steps, that is used to re-engineering, that is used to process over and over, the person stays involved in the process from the redesigning, from the start to the finish. So whatever the process that is available from the start to the finish, that is used with the re-engineering task, that is used with the process from the start to the finish. Then second point is have those who uses the outcome of the process perform the process. That is using the information technology. Many simple tasks are now automated. So we can empower the person who needs the outcome of the process to perform it. An example, Hammer gives an here is a purchasing, that is instead of having every department in the company use a purchasing department to other suppliers, having the supply order directly by those who needs the suppliers using an information system. So whatever the information system that is supplied out, that is used with the information system. Then serve some information processing work into the real work that produces the information. So that produce the information that is taken out into the real work, that is the information processing work. So when one part of the company creates the information, it should be processed by that same department only, and there is no need for one part of the company to process the information that is created in another part of the company.
That is also the process of the re-engineering, and treat everyone with a courtesy and treat everyone with another form of information. So treat geographically dispersed resources as they were centralized. So treat as they were centralized in the data, and with the communication technologies in the place today, it becomes easier than ever not to worry about the physical locations. And there's an automated organization that does not need the separate support departments for each location anymore. Then next one is link the parallel systems or the parallel activities instead of integrating the results. So instead of integrating the results, use the system, use the data that is used with the department. So department that works in the parallel should be sharing data and communicating with each other during their activities instead of waiting until each group is done when comparing and then comparing the notes. So first of all, link the parallel activities and compare the activities whenever the group will be taken out. Whenever each group is done, then compare that activities, whether that group is perfectly find the data, whether that group is okay or not. So compare the notes of different groups. Then put the decision points when the work or where the work is performed. So whatever the work that is performed, so that put the decision point over there and build the control into the process. The people who do the work should have decision making authority, and the process itself should have a built-in control using the information technology. So information technology data will be available, will be used in the process task that will be used for the information technology. Last one is capturing the information once that is used for the source. So last one is capturing the information once that is at the source. So that requires the information to be entered more than one causes delay and the error. So whatever the errors, whatever the delays that will be used, that will be going to use, or that will be cause the errors, delays. And with the information technology, an organization can capture it once and make it available whenever it is needed. So whenever it is needed, it is required by the organization. It is required by the business process re-engineering. So first one is organize around the outcomes, whatever the outcome that is available, not the task. The next one is having the those who uses the outcome of the process that perform the process, whatever the process that is taken care out. Then next one is some information processing work. That means relate these works. So this is one of the important point. That means relate these works, real work that produces the information. Then next is treat geographically dispersed resources as they were centralized. That means treat everything, every dispersed location, every dispersed resource as a centralized resource, because they were treated as a dispersed location, they were treated as a related data. And with the communication technology in the places today, it becomes easier than ever to not worry about the physical location. And there is a multinational organization that does not need separate departments such as IT purchasing for each location anymore, because everything is centralized, everything is available as a centralized location. So there's no need for each location that is to link anymore. The next one is link each and every activities in a parallel instead of integrating the results. So instead of integrating the results, link each and every activity in a parallel. And these principles may seem like common sense today, but in 1990, they took the business world by the storm and hammered this example. That is how the organization improved their businesses by many order of the magnitude, how they are using, how they are adding the employees, simply how they are going to use the sidebars. And unfortunately, business process re-engineering got a bad name in any organization. That is how to use that name in any organization. And this was because it was an excuse for cost cutting that really had nothing to do with the BPR. For example, many companies simply used it as an excuse for laying out the part of the workforce, that is how to use the workforce. And today, however, most of the or many of the principles of the BPR have integrated, that is the business process re-engineering is integrated into the businesses that is going for the business process re-engineering. Now next one is re-engineering, that is a college bookstore. That is how to re-engineer the concept, how to use the concept in the re-engineering. So that is used for the college class, that is used for the problematic class. As now, everything is online. For example, when I talk about the Amazon, everything is directly related with the college bookstore for the students. Purchases, bookstore is under the pressure to justify its existence. But the college bookstores have one big advantage over their competitor. They have the access to the students' data. In other words, once a data has been registered for the classes, the bookstore knows exactly what books that student will need for the upcoming term, that is what bookstore will be given for the upcoming stores, what are the various leverages that is available with the advantage and the disadvantage of the new technology that is used by the bookstore that wants to implement a new process that will make purchasing books throughout the bookstore advantageous to the students. And in order to do this, bookstore will need to undertake a process redesign. And the goal of the process redesign is very simple. That is capturing a high percentage of students as a customer of the bookstore. That means whatever the customers, whatever the students that have high percentage, so take this one as a re-engineering, utilize the information resources to reduce the amount of work that is delivered by this one. And by clicking a link in the email, the student can log into the bookstore. So whatever the bookstore that is available, that the student can link the bookstore into the data, reconfirms their books, and purchases the books online. And the bookstore then delivers the books to the students in the same way. So this is before this one. This is before the automated. Get bookstore from each instructors. Go to the bookstore and search for the books. All books available. Yeah, it is available. If it is yes, then purchase that books. If it is no, then order missing books. That means there is a missing books, the order is not fulfilled. Then purchase books that are available, return to the bookstore. So these are the various terms that is used before the bookstore. That means before automating the or before using the IT technology. That is before making the term as a bookstore. So first one is get bookstore from each instructor, then go to the bookstore and search for the books. Yeah, if the books is available, that is representing in the diamond box. If the book is available, if yes, then purchase. If no, then order missing books. Purchase books that are available and then return to the bookstore. The next one is a redesign. So receives the email from the bookstore. Click the link to log in into the bookstore website, confirm list of the books, purchase books via website, then download the book. So this is before the automated tools, before using the IT, this is with the use of IT, that is after the IT. This is before, this is redesign. Now next is ISO certification. That is used with the ISO 9000, 9001, and the full form is International Standard Organization that has a focus on the quality management. So if the company is ISO certified, that means that organization is perfectly used for the business. Everyone is trust on that organization, that is ISO certified organization. So many organizations now claim that they are using best practices when it comes to business processes. But in order to set themselves apart, that means in order to set themselves as a unique organization and prove their customers they are indeed doing this, these organizations are seeking out an ISO 9000 certification. So they're getting out an ISO 9000 certification, and this is the acronym for the International Standard Organization, and this body defines a quality standard that organization can implement to show that they are indeed managing the business processes in an effective way. That means their processes, their quality standard, their organizations are used in managing the business processes in an effective way, and the main motto of the ISO 9000 is focus on the quality management. And in order to receive the ISO certification, organization must be audited and found to meet the specific criteria. And in its simple form, the auditor performs the following review. Tell me what you do. Show me where it says that. Prove that this is what happened. These are the three lines that is used for the review. This is used for the auditors to review or perform the following review. So tell me what you do. Show me what it states that. Prove that this is what happened. That means what happened is over here. What happened is available with this one. And over the years, the certification have been involved, many branches of the certification that exist. Now ISO is one of the separate or one way to separate an organization from other. That means if an organization is one of the ISO certified organization, that separate from the other organizations also. And you can find out the ISO standard over here. Now, what is the summary of this chapter? We have finished this chapter over here. Now, let's see what is the summary of this chapter. So this chapter is generally focused on what is the main advent of the organization, what is the main use of the IT that has made a huge impact on how organization design, implement, and support the business processes. How to use an ERP systems, how the information systems are tied into the organization structure, And using the business process management, organization can empower and tied into the organizations that employees that leverage their processes, whatever the processes that they have, how to get these processes in turn, how to make these processes in turn with the leverages, with the data that is used, with the quality that is used, with the term that is used in the product and the service. And the integrating information system with business processes is one of the way that information system can bring an organization lasting competitive advantage. So whatever the competitive advantage that is taken out, that is using, so they are using for the competitive advantage that have this one, that have a competitive advantage in the data. So that means whatever the organization grows, whatever the organization do, that is used with the re-engineering, that is used with the IT. Now, what are the various questions, that is study questions? What does the term business process means? What is the meaning of this one? How we are going to use the business processes? What are the various organizations that means the business processes? Then give, or what are the 3 examples of the business process re-engineering from the job? If you have an organization or the need that has been used with the organization, what are the observations? Then what is the value in documenting a business process? That is the next question. Then what is an ERP system? How ERP system will be developed in an organization, that is enterprise resource planning. And what are the various criticisms, that is what are the various limitations of the ERP systems. Then what is business process re-engineering? How we can re-engineering the process, how it does play a role in the differentiating itself. Then how does certification signify? And these are the various exercise questions that is used, that is available in this one. So next chapter is chapter number 9, that is the people in the information system. Let's begin with the chapter number 9, that is the people in the information system. So that is what are the various people that is involved in the information system. So first is the learning objective. What are the various learning objectives? First one is also upon completion of this chapter you will be understand what are the various objectives in this one. First is describe each of the different roles that where people play in the design, development, and the use of information system. That is, what are the various different roles that the people play, that the people uses or the people have in the design, development, and the use of the information system. Then understand the different career path available to those who work with the information system. So understand what are the various career paths, what are the various data that is used with the information technology, that is used with the ongoing technology of the information, or who are the people that is involved with such work, with such data that is used in the re-engineering, that is used in the reinforcing, we can say. Then explain the importance of where the information system function is placed in an organization. That is, what is the various importance, what is the information system function, what is the area in which it is used in an organization. So explain the importance of where the information system function is placed in an organization. And last one is describe the different types of users of information system. That is, what are the various users of information system that is carried out in this one, that is using in the information system. So this describes the different types of the users of the information system. So first is describe the people, or what are the various roles of the people that plays in the design, development, and the use of the information system. The next one is how to design, or what are the various ways, that is how to design for the development of the information system that is used with the information system. Now let's start with the introduction. So in the opening chapter of this text, we focus on the technology behind the information system. What are the various information systems that is carried out, that we are carrying out for the data? That may be a hardware system, so that may be hardware, that may be a software, that may be data, and the networking. And in the last chapter, we discussed business processes and the key role that they play in the success of the business. That is, what are the various key roles that is played in the success of the business. And in this chapter, we will be discussing the last component of the information system, that is the people. This chapter is the last component that is discussing, that is the people. In the last class, in the last chapter, we discussed about the process. This is the people. Who are the people that is involved? What are the various roles that is played by the different peoples? Now, people are involved in the information system in just about every way you can think of. People imagine the information system, people develop the information system, people support the information system, and perhaps more importantly, people use the information system. So first is imagine the information system, develop the information system, support the information system, and people use the information system. Next one is creators of information system. Who are the creators of information system? So the first group of people we are looking to look at play a role in designing, developing, and building information system. That is, what are the people? So who are the people that is involved in the designing, that is involved in the developing and building the information system? And these people, whatever the people that are generally very technical and have a background in the programming, that means whatever the people that is involved in the information system, they have a technical background, they have a documented, yeah, yes, non-technical users are also part of this one, but when we talk about the, yeah, when we talk about the variety or the, yes, these are the people that is involved or that have a technical background as well as the background in the programming and the mathematics, because IT we can say that have a, and like just about everyone who works in the creation of the information technology that mean have a minimum of the bachelor degrees in the computer science. That means he or she must have a bachelor degrees in the computer science of the information system. Now, next question is, what is a system analyst? Yeah, system analyst is a person who is responsible for developing the system. Developing means each and every step that is taken out in the various in the development of the system. There are various phases, so each and every step is taken out by the system analyst. So whole soul is available with the system analyst. So it is the main tool is to divide between, or main we can say it is used to differentiate between identifying the business needs and imagining a new or the registers component, that is a computer based design, to fulfill the needs. So whatever the needs that is available, that is how to fulfill that needs. Now, this individual work with the person, team, or the department. It depends on the business requirement. If it is a small organization, only one system analyst is available. So there is no usage of the other department team, that he or she will be responsible for each and every task. But if I'm talking about a big organization, so system analyst must have a team. That means must have a team in the production, must have a team for the sales, marketing, everything that must have a team or the department. So it depends on the size of the organization and also used for identifying the various or specific details of the system that needs to be built. And generally we can say usually this will require the system analyst to have a good understanding of the business itself. Yes, Joseph, very good question. If one of the system analysts has gone, we can say one system analyst has given the resign. So in that period, new system analyst will come after the old one. That, yeah, organization will provide a proper training. That is, what is the business, what is the main aim of the business, what are the various pillars of the business. So he or she must have a good understanding of the business. Then only he or she must be able to develop any system. Without knowledge, there is no usage of the developing any system, because system analyst does not know what is going to do, what are the various requirements of the business, what is the various designing phase. So he or she must have a good understanding of the business itself. Yes, this is one of the important point, that he or she have ability to document as well. That means they are preparing the manuals, that is known as a SRS, system requirement specification document, that is showing, yeah, that contains the various description of the various data itself. We can say what are the various requirements, but how they design. That means each and every step will be explained in that documentation. Next role of the system analyst will identify, that is to identify the different stakeholders in the system, who are the various competitors in the market, and how to make the system better so that Yeah, so that their system will be more better in the market, far better than the others. It also works to involve the appropriate individuals in the process. Now, first task is over. Requirements are gathered by the system analyst. Requirement means what are the requirements of the end user by which we can develop the system. Next is refining, or we can say translating that requirements into the designing part. So first is gathering the requirements. Now, my question is, what are the various ways by which system analysts will gather the information? Yeah, what are the various tools we can say? Yes, one of the tool is on-site visit. Very good. Next is questionnaire. That is also okay. Next is JDs. All right. Yeah, very important one is the interviews. Okay, what else? Okay, so first one is the on-site visit, then interviews, questionnaires, documentations, on-site visits. So these are the various tools for gathering the information, gathering the requirements of the user. And once the requirements are gathered, determined, the analyst will begin the process of translating into the design. That means translating the information, translating the analysis part into the design part. And the good analyst will understand what basic or what technological solution will work and provide the different alternative to the requesters, that is based on the budgeting constraint, that is based on the technology constraint. The constraint means the feasibility study that we have studied in the last module. And when the solution is selected, once a better solution will be available, the analyst will create a detailed documentation or document that describing the new system. And this new document will require that the analyst understand how to speak in the technical language of the system developer. That means what is the technical language that will be understandable, that will be used in the SRS document. Now, anyone, any doubts still here? Now let's see next role of the system analyst. So one is the requirement gathering, then translating into the designing part. Then a system analyst is not only the one which we can say the actual development of the information system, but he or she must take the help of the developer also for writing the codes, for writing the programs, for the creation of the system. Because everything, yeah, that I agree that if he or she is the sole person in the organization, that is okay. But if there are multiple persons that is available in the big organization, there are developer, competitors, so he or she or a system analyst can take the help of that funds. In other cases, the system can be maybe assembled from the off-the-shore components by a person known as a system integrator, and this is a specific, or there's a specific type of system analyst that understand how to get the different software or how to get the information from the different software that is used in the organizations. And to become a system analyst, you must have a background both in the business as well in the qualification, system design, and many analysts first work as a programmers and have experience in the business before becoming the system analyst. That means, first of all, I enter the organization as a normal trainee, then going to system programmer. Then after that, gaining the experience, knowing much more about the organization, then go for the system analyst. Because programming I know, requirements I know, so why not the system analyst? Next is the programmers. Now, who are the programmers that spend their time writing the computer code in a programming language? So who are the programmers that spend their time in writing the computer code in a programming language? And in the case of system development, programmers generally attempt to fulfill the design specifications. What are the various design specifications that give to them by means of the system analyst? That means system analyst can give the command, they write the code for the system analyst for the business, for the newly built system. And many different styles of the programming exist. That is, the programmer may work alone for the long stretches of the time or any work in team with other programmers also. And the programmer needs to be able to understand complex processes and also indicates the entrances of one or more programming language. Generally, when we talk about the programmer that is very proficient in mathematics, as mathematical concepts underlie as mathematical concepts underlie the most programming code, that means that is available with the most programming code, that is the programmers. So any doubt in the system analyst, any doubt in the chapter name, that is any doubt in the introduction of the chapter, that is who are the people that is involved in the information system, who is a system analyst, who is a programmer. Next one is who is a computer engineer, who is a computer engineer and or engineer in this one. So any doubts, anyone over here? Till now, any doubts, any clarification regarding the assignments, regarding anything, anyone? So we have finished chapter number 8 in the today's class, as well as starting of the chapter number 2. We have just covered the system analyst and the programmers. In the next class, that is in the tomorrow's class, I'm going to cover the next one, that is a computer engineer. Who is a computer engineer? Who who is also one of the best person, who is also one of the person that is used in, that is available in the information system. So any doubts, anyone till here? Any doubt in the assignments, anything? All right, so tomorrow's topic is the computer engineer. That is also one of the category of the, or that is also one of the part of the system analyst.